Hello there, people of the internet. It just rained, and we have some critters croaking and chirping in the background. That's just something you'll have to get over. I'm in the state of Florida, so hey, guess what? That's something that we have here. So the other day, actually, was it today? It might have been today. I think it was today. I was browsing my emails, and I ended up getting a, what would I call it? A notification of a sale from one of the distributors that I get my, firearms and ammunition through. And, well, I can't tell you guys who it is because YouTube doesn't like us telling you guys different places that you can go to get particular firearms or particular ammunition, or they're just funny with that. So I'm not going to tell you guys who it was. But I got a notification of sale for some surplus ammo for the M1 carbine, and I was like, hey, that's a really good price for this M1 carbine ammunition. We just got through Memorial Day, so this is a Memorial Day sale, and it was a really good price for M1 carbine ammunition. And I was like, alright, hold on, it's surplus ammo, let's go ahead and have a look at it. So I go reading through it, and it turns out that this ammunition is corrosive. I will not get corrosive ammunition for my M1 carbine because cleaning the gas system on the M1 carbine is extremely difficult, especially because in order to get the little piston inside of the gas tappet system to come out so you can actually get into that piston's chamber to clean out the corrosive salts, you actually have to replace the nut for that M1 carbine every single time that you use it. The M1 carbine is just not designed for corrosive ammo. So as a result, every time you fire corrosive ammunition through that thing, just cleaning it is a very big hassle, and that's just not something that I'm willing to do. So although this ammunition was a pretty gosh darn good price for M1 carbine ammo, I still elected to not get it. Now a lot of people will say, hey, why don't you just get it for reloading components? Well, the brass is not reloadable, and I can get the bullets and powder for significantly cheaper than the ammo. Like, the ammo is literally just not worth buying, not unless I'm going to run it through like some other system that is chambered in 30 caliber carbine. It's just not something that I'm going to do. And as I was thinking about that, I'm like, I just kind of started rolling in my head, hey, I don't run corrosive ammo through any of my firearms any of my semi-automatic firearms. The only time that I run corrosive ammo is through a manually operated firearm, something that does not have a gas system in it, simply because I don't have to worry about cleaning out a gas system. Like, for example, I have this Turkish Mauser, and I've shot a bunch of corrosive Turkish ammo through it today. And just because I've already shot a bunch of ammo through it, I'll probably end up firing more. Do I happen to have... I'm sure I do. Yes, I have a handful of Turkish Mauser ammo right here. This is Turkish 155 grain projectiles. They're going to travel at about 3,000 or so feet per second. That's a spicy round. But these right here are corrosive rounds. And with them being corrosive rounds, guess what? Well, they're corrosive, so you have to clean your firearm to clean out all the corrosive salts and whatnot inside the primers. Since this right here is just a manually operated bolt-action rifle, of course, if you have a lever action or single shot or any kind of manually operated system, there's no gas system to clean inside this thing, so it's literally just, pour some water down the barrel and then dry it out and oil it with a cleaning rod, and you've cleaned out the corrosive salts and whatnot. It does not take a lot to clean out the corrosive elements of corrosive ammo from a bolt-action rifle like this one right here. So if I were to send a couple of rounds downrange, like I'm literally just about to... Ow. That is a lot of recoil. I'm surprised we didn't hear Kevin scream again. Let's see if I can hit something else. I have no idea what to aim for. I'm going to aim for the debris inside of the car, why not? I got no idea if that bullet actually passed through that. Ooh, it looks like we have some smoke up there. I'm going to aim for the firewall of the car. Now I have even more smoke. Man, that was cool. But that's corrosive ammo. So whenever I clean this, what I do is I pull the bolt out, and I got a funnel, put it right here in the chamber, and I literally just pour hot water down the barrel, and then I clean out the barrel with a cleaning rod, and then I pour some oil in it, and just like that, I have myself a nice oiled Mauser, and it's cleaned out. However, if I were to have some sort of system that had a gas system, and I had to run, or if I were to run some corrosive ammunition through it, then I would have to clean out the gas system and everything. Like, for example, I actually have some corrosive 223 556 that I do not use. I keep it for like display purposes and whatnot because it's 1960s original Vietnam ammunition. I can't remember the manufacturer, but that doesn't matter. We're not talking about that ammo. I won't run anything besides non-corrosive ammo through my AR because I don't feel like getting through the gas system and just I don't feel like going through all of the time, effort, and hassle to clean out the gas port and the just all of the everything that is involved with cleaning corrosive ammunition out of these rifles. That's just not something that I want to do. I would rather, well, I mean, 223 5.56 corrosive ammo nowadays, you don't really see it on the market, and whenever you do see it, it's collectible ammo, so that's not really something to worry about. I just would not get corrosive ammo for any kind of semi-automatic, whether or not it's, you know, for the AR platform, or I wouldn't run that through the Mini 14 platform, although I'd prefer the Mini 14 since it's a piston system versus a DI system. I'd prefer the Mini 14 if I were to run corrosive ammo through it. I wouldn't run it through the M1 Carbine. I try to avoid running it through the M1 Grand, but sometimes that does happen just because of what I have available to me on person. And the M1 Grand isn't that bad to clean. It's not that difficult just with the way that the system is, but I still try to avoid it. For the most part, if it's an automatic platform, I don't feel like cleaning any sort of gas system. Now there are some, that was cool. I have this old TV down there, and every time I shoot it with something else, it just kind of sinks a little bit lower as it gets tore up more and more. And then the firewall of the car is right behind there where the shock system is, and we got the rim there, and it's just a really cool spot to shoot on a car. But let's see, what was I just saying? I can't remember what I was just talking about, so I guess I'll go ahead and just move on to my next point. Whenever I'm using a some sort of automatic system, I won't put corrosive ammo through it because I don't feel like dealing with the ramifications of having to worry about that corrosive ammo, with one exception. I have me an AK in 7.62x39. I don't mind cleaning corrosive ammunition out of the AK. The AK is just a super simple firearm, and the gas system on this thing is stupidly easy to clean. Like, whenever I clean corrosive salt out of the AK, what I do is, of course, I take the bolt carrier, and all that crap out of there. I pour water down the barrel, and I will have this gas system off as well. I'll pour water down the barrel, I'll wipe off the bolt carrier group, and I'll literally just take the gas port right here and run hot water directly through that, spray it down with oil, and there you go. the gas system and whatnot has been cleaned. And cleaning corrosive salt out of something like this right here is not difficult. Now, I would not run that corrosive ammo through something like my SKS. Cleaning an SKS's gas system is a lot more on the, I wouldn't call it difficult, but it's a lot more on the intensive side as opposed to cleaning out something like an AK. Of course, cleaning out an AK is still significantly more difficult than cleaning out something like a Mauser. I shoot corrosive ammo through bolt actions all the time because they're just so freaking easy to clean out. Literally, just open bolt, pour water, ramrod, cleaning rod, oil, good to go. Hey, thumbs up. It takes a lot more steps to clean out a automatic platform of some kind. Definitely way more steps than it takes to clean out a bolt action. A lot of times whenever I buy surplus ammunition, I will not shoot that surplus ammunition out of anything besides a bolt action rifle, including things that would normally be shot from an automatic platform, with the exception of 7.62x39 through an AK. If I were to shoot my Corrosive 223 5.56, I would only shoot it from a bolt action rifle because it would be easier to clean. I don't feel like cleaning the gas system on this thing, and I don't feel like cleaning the gas system on my M1 Carbine, and I got other ammo that's not corrosive for 30-06. I run the corrosive stuff through my Sporterized 1917 and whatever other bolt action 30-06 that I happen to have at the time. That I'll run the corrosive ammo through that, and I'll save the non-corrosive ammo for the M1 Grand, so I don't have to worry about that right there. Do you guys have any pet peeves like that? Because that's definitely a pet peeve of mine. There's just certain things that I don't do with automatic platforms. I also try to avoid reloading ammunition for automatic platforms just because there's so much that can go wrong. Granted, I do, but the instant that brass even begins to become sketchy, I'm not even going to risk a blowout or something like that. Not on an automatic system, not where I can, you know, risk destroying the gun. If you have a blowout or a cracked case or something like that in a bolt action, it's really not that big of a deal, because the bolt action, that chamber is sealed and there's nothing flying open or anything like that. There's nothing flying open because there's no cycling of the system until after the pressures have dropped and you manually cycle the system by hand, unlike something like an AR or an AK, where the pressures are still high inside of the chamber whenever that case begins to get extracted. And if you have yourself a blowout due to a case that was fired too much or stretched too much or trimmed too much, or insert your choice of situation here, there's just so much that can go wrong in an automatic platform with that right there. Or if your powder measurement was off by a fraction of a grain and you have yourself a round that is just a little bit too hot, there's a lot that can go wrong. There's a lot that can go wrong, and I try to avoid reloading for these automatic platforms. Although I do it, I try to avoid it. For the most part, I will get myself factory fresh ammunition, and all of my reloaded stuff I try to run through manually operated systems, and that's just how I am. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. So that being said, like I said, do you guys have any pet peeves like that? In this case, corrosive ammo and reloads, but that's like less of a rule, more of a I don't feel like doing that because I have to be exactly precise with ammunition ran through automatics versus my ammunition through my bolt actions, where I can afford to have a little bit of leeway, especially if it's from a strong action. But the corrosive ammo, that's a no-go. I'm good on that. I don't feel like dealing with it, not from something where I have to intensively clean a gas system and whatnot. I have to fully disassemble this much more complex rifle than something as simple as removing the bolt from a bolt action. Okay, well, I think I've made my point here. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go ahead and go check that out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my mess here because I've got quite a few things out here. I'll see you all in the next one. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.